Confusion is a terrible thing. I once arranged a get-together with Sean Connery. I said, let's meet for 10-ish. He said, but I don't have a racket. Let's hope that sort of miscommunication does not befall our teams on Only Connect tonight. Who are? On my right, Jasmine Leonard, a software engineer with a degree in natural sciences who has set up a company that doesn't do anything and will likely cease operations quite soon. Adam Ardron, an engineering graduate and keen musician whose guitar stand was stolen by a member of the Scissor Sisters. And their captain, Jenny Skeen, a private tutor with a degree in philosophy who owns 5 copies of the same dress to avoid making frequent wardrobe decisions. United by a fondness for photography, they are the Shutterbugs. How do you know your team, Jenny?
So Jasmine and I met when we were in sixth form, and Adam is married to a friend of ours. We were all at university together.
Well, let's hope that friendship doesn't end in a sort of bitter wrangle this evening. You will be playing against, on my left, John Aldersey Williams, a company director who has 3 cats and has swum from Europe to Asia with 800 Turkish friends. Stephen Bowden, a civil servant with a degree in Anglo-Saxon, Norse and Celtic, who has twice been mistaken for the artist Peter Blake. And their captain, Tom Bannatyne, a chemical engineering graduate who had afternoon tea with the Queen Mother when he was a teenager. United by their love for London, they are the Highgates. Tell me about your team. How long have you known each other?
John and Stephen grew up together in Highgate. We all met at university. They no longer live in Highgate. I live in Highgate, married to Stephen's sister.
Well, let's hope you're not hurrying back to Highgate too soon. Let's play round 1. What is the connection between 4 apparently random clues? Shutterbugs, you won the toss. You have the dubious pleasure of going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
I think we'll have water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
It means something in Icelandic, like hello, or what's the phone? Next, please. It could be when the phone rings,
yeah,
or when you knock on the door.
It's nice for the phone.
Do you want to
risk it?
Rap is not very phony, is it?
It kind of is.
Or do you want to guess? Or...
Oh, you can go next. It's up to you. But...
With me.
Go next, go next.
Next, please.
Is that when you... The
ring on the telephone. So we think this is the noise that the telephone makes in these languages?
I'm afraid it is not. So I'm going to show the 4th clue to the Highgates for a possible bonus point.
Yeah, it's the noise a duck makes in those languages. It's quack,
That is
quack,
absolutely right. Quack, quack is not a phone in France, it's a duck. Bra, bra, of course, the noise of an Icelandic duck. Did you know, you're all Londoners, did you know that a study at Middlesex University recently found that ducks in London have a harsher quack, a sort of Cockney sound? Had you heard that, Stephen?
I had heard that, yes.
In order to make themselves audible above the noise of London, whereas Cornish ducks communicate in a softer, more relaxed quack. Do you think that's true?
Regional dialects for ducks, absolutely.
It's a very nice idea. Well done, you get the bonus point, and you may choose your own question.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Not saying it. Yes.
No.
Next. Next, please.
Are they started? No, that's not. No. Kyra's in left-handedness.
Yeah.
Right-handedness.
Another one?
Another one. Yeah.
Next, please.
Add put an E on the end and you've got... no, put another letter on the end and you've got a French... president or yeah.
Thank God for that. If you add a letter at the end of any of them, you get a French leader.
That is absolutely right, a French president. Which letters are missing from which presidents?
Yeah, Hollande and Bonaparte have an E each. Chirac has a C, and Cot probably has a Y, maybe.
Coty, René Coty, the 2nd and last president of the 4th French Republic.
Oh, him, yeah.
Back to you, Shutterbugs, for a choice.
2 reeds, please.
The 2 reeds. Ah, it's the music question. You'll be hearing your clues. There is a hidden link between them. Are you laughing with delight?
Yes, absolutely.
OK,
we
good.
love it.
Well, good luck with it. Your first piece of music is coming in now.
Come on, baby, tell me what's the word. Wait up.
Next, please.
When she
What days of the week? Days of the week? What days of the week? Could be what?
Accessories, the bangles.
Which one?
2 seconds.
We're going to go for accessories, like jewellery.
Is the right answer. Very well done. What did you hear?
Well, we only know that we heard the bangles, really, at the end.
It was the bangles at the end. Did you recognise anything else over there?
We were going at yeah, golden earring and cameo.
A golden earring and cameo, and third was Jesus and Mary Chain. It's really real selection of great music and terrible. If we ever brought out an album from this show, it'd be really weird. Yes, cameo, golden earring, Jesus and Mary Chain, the bangles, the artist names all contain jewellery. Very well done. Over to you, Highgates, for a question.
We'll have the lion, please.
The lion. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Is that play with pig?
Next. Next, please.
Yeah, so Michael Palin and
Okay. Next, please.
yes, they're all played by Python.
Okay. They're all roles played by members of the Monty Python team.
What would you expect to see in the fourth clue?
John Cleese as
Basil
Basil
Fawlty.
Fawlty.
It's Brian Stimpson of Clockwise in place 4. John Cleese did play him. They're actually all films, but that is right. They are roles taken by members of the Python team. And John Cleese would have been the fourth one. All non-Python roles played by Pythons in films. Well done. Back to you, Shutterbugs. What would you like?
Eye of Horus, I think, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Film. Next, please. Okay. When they went free. Some of them went free sheet, didn't they? Some of them went online. Should we have another? Next, please. So that's ceased. Okay. So we think these are magazines and the year they ceased publication.
I'm going to take it. Can you be any more specific?
In paper form.
They ceased paper or print publication, went online only. Last one would have been the Encyclopaedia Britannica in 2010. Yes, they all exist online, except I think the Dandy, which tried for about 6 months and went under. But
Right.
2016 is the year that Penthouse became more difficult to find in a hedge. Well done. And the last question of the round goes to you, Highgates. That's the Horn Viper.
Lovely. We'll have the Horn Viper, please.
It will be picture clues, because we haven't seen those yet. What connects them? Here's the first.
No. Next, please. Could be. Another one?
Yeah.
Next, please.
No.
Another one. Next.
Adrian Lester. Adrian Lester.
They all have names that are homophones of towns or cities in the UK.
That's exactly right. Who are we looking at?
Well, Angela Rippon and Adrian Lester and some other people.
Do you know who that first one is?
He was in Flight to the Conchords, wasn't he?
That's right. It's the New Zealand comedian Rhys Darby from Flight to the Conchords, and the second one, lovely Jennifer Ely.
Yeah.
Don't remember her from Pride and Prejudice, Jennifer Ely? Yeah. They all have surnames which are homophones for English cities. Well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Shutterbugs have 3 points, the Highgates have 5. On to round 2, the sequences round, where the teams must work out the connection and then tell me what would be the fourth clue in the sequence. Shutterbugs, you'll be going first again. Which hieroglyph would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
OK, you're about to see the first in a sequence. What would you expect to come forth? Time starts now.
Lead.
Yeah. Next, please.
A copper.
Okay.
Policeman.
Yeah, or a coin.
Or a coin. So what's the sequence in terms of periodic table?
Next, please.
Palladium, so that has another meaning as
Yeah,
well.
it's a theatre. What's the spirit? Is it PD? Palladium?
Oh, I don't know what the sequence is.
No.
On the periodic table.
AQ.
3 seconds.
Gold.
Not an acceptable answer, I'm afraid. Highgates, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
Is it a gym class at school?
would be an acceptable answer. We've phrased that as physical education. Why?
It's PB, PC, PD and PE.
That's right. I think you had all the pieces there. Yeah. There's a nasty trick in this question. So lead has the chemical symbol PB. It's not copper at clue 2, it's copper. A policeman, PC. Palladium has the symbol PD, and we need something denoted by the letters PE. Well done then, Highgates. You get the bonus point and your chance to choose.
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What will come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Looks like a word. Something else. Another one. Next, please. Yeah, it could be. Another one. Yeah. Next. Yeah, but it wouldn't be that, is it?
Increasing volume, Netflix would be the biggest.
Increasing bandwidth.
Netflix, that would be.
Netflix.
And why would that be?
Sort of internet platforms in order of bandwidth taken up by users.
I mean, that sounds so impressive, but I'm afraid it's not a sequence. I can't accept that answer. Shutterbugs, you have a chance now for a bonus point.
We think the answer is alphabet.
That is the answer. And why?
Each is the parent company of the previous, so Alphabet owns Google, Google owns YouTube, etc.
That is exactly right. RightsFlow is owned by YouTube, owned by Google, owned by Alphabet. It's interesting, I'd never heard of Alphabet till I saw this question, which I find incredibly sinister. I've heard of all the other things that gather your information, everything that somehow magically knows where you live, what you buy, but apparently it's all ultimately owned by a very friendly-sounding company I've never heard of.
They have our best interests at heart, I'm sure.
I'm sure they do. Very well done, you get the bonus point and your chance to choose.
A lion, please.
Lion. What would be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Presidents. Boris. Percy Johnson. Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson. OK, next, please. OK, so this is the question. So are these the highest capped or something like that?
So first equals.
Is it most caps? Is it?
Yeah, that's the
radical case. Johnny Wilkinson.
Should we try that?
Yeah,
Should we guess?
go first.
Johnny Wilkinson.
First equals.
First equals Johnny Wilkinson.
I'm afraid that is not the answer, so I'm going to show the third in the sequence to the Highgates. Do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
First, Leonard.
Is the right answer. Now, once again, I think you had most of it over there, but what's the actual sequence?
It's international appearances by England rugby players.
That's right, it's the most capped England Rugby Union players, and third equal there, Rory Underwood and Lawrence Denaglio. First, Jason Leonard. So you get the bonus point that time, and which question would you like?
We'll have Twisted Flags, please.
The Twisted Flags. OK, these are going to be picture clues. What sort of thing would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
Next, please. Yep. Next. OK, so what's that, the Greek seal?
That's
What is it?
actually is the preceding present, isn't it?
Or eagle, can be something from the
It's
eagle.
something else in America.
OK, 18th. What's that? First one looks like a ballet dancer.
It does, doesn't it? Just. Lion, lamb, eagle, man. Lion, lamb, eagle, man, split bird.
OK. A man.
Would not work as a sequence, I'm afraid. Well, maybe it would. What would you think the sequence would be?
Stephen's got a very good idea.
It's the symbols of the four evangelists.
I'm afraid they're not. I like your thinking, but no. So a bonus chance again for the Shutterbugs.
A lion.
Not a lion. Are you going for the same sequence in the other direction?
We're just hitchhiking on their idea.
That would have been mean, wouldn't it, if I got that's absolutely not it. Yes, it is it. No. Now, the person in the first picture is the author Dodie Smith, who wrote 101 Dalmatians. Yeah. The second picture is Dodi Fayed, the son of Mohammed Fayed and the boyfriend of Princess Diana. That third one is the symbol...
Department of Defence.
Department of Defence, DOD. So we're going Dodi with an E, take it off, just Dodi with an I, take that off, DOD, so I want to hear D-O. We've gone with, obviously, the note do. Not as in do a dear, because then you'd have to add an E. Something that always annoyed me about that song.
Yeah.
But do without the E, not a dear, the musical note, would have been an acceptable answer. Not to rub it in, but it would have been. Shutterbugs, you don't get the bonus that time, but you do get the choice.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Oscar, isn't it, or something like that? It's an award. Maybe. Anyway, think of the sequence. Next, please. Okay. So,
What is it? What
are
is
these
the sequence?
are these what they used to be called at the Oscars, and we've now got Best Picture? Could they be out of date? Do you see what I
It
mean?
might be the new name, the current name.
Have we got any other ideas? Are we going to have our
but you
minds
could-
changed
you
by the
could
next
go next.
clue?
You could go next, maybe.
Is it going to change our minds?
It might be.
Next, please.
Best picture.
Is it Best Picture? No.
Is it best film?
No.
2 seconds.
Best Picture.
You could have buzzed one clue earlier. The answer is Best Picture. As I heard you saying, these are the successive names of the Oscar that goes to the best film. It was once Outstanding Production, currently Best Picture. Very well done. Highgates, there is one question remaining. It's the water question. What will be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Yeah, next, please. Yeah, next.
They fought in the Balearics. They must be
Connection.
Capital City of
Yeah. Palmer.
Is the right answer. Well done. And why is that?
Capital cities of Balearic Islands,
That's right. And what's the sequence?
smallest to largest.
That's right. What are the islands?
Palma's Mallorca, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Mahana's Minorca.
That's right.
So Ibiza must be Villa de Ibiza.
That's right. It's actually Catalan
Ibiza.
for Ibiza town.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
And the first one, San Francisco?
And the other one.
The other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
So moving on. Formentera is that first one. Balearic capitals by size. Very well done. That means at the end of round 2, the Shutterbugs have 6 points. The Highgates have 9. Time now for the fiendish 16-clue connecting wall that the teams have to sort into 4 connected groups of 4. Highgates, you get to go first this time, so please choose lion or water.
We'd like the water wall, please.
The water wall. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Definitely Maurier and
Birds,
birds.
There.
Must be another one.
Rivers, Axe, X, Tamar, Torridge, Dart. So. Because of course be could also be Hitchcock film as opposed to
Birds.
with
Scapegoat, you said.
What do you think Scapegoat is?
a river, I think.
Bathsheba is
Lillian.
that's in Hardy. This is not good.
And Hardy.
There's got to be another definite Maurier, I think.
Okay, so that's definitely that
Try
is.
Tamar.
Okay, let's look elsewhere as well. Czech, what's that? That's the Czech Republic. Sounds like Czech. Any others that sound like Axe, X? No. Dart, things that bounce, things you write, things you throw. Throw a dart, throw an axe, throw things at the beginning of something, bath at the beginning of something, jam. No.
Scapegoat's a
You've got a minute left.
Okay. What are done these?
Yeah.
Okay. Things
Sure, we've done
they're not places in.
French speakers in Cornwall.
Okay, places in Cornwall. Drinking in Cornwall.
Torridge.
Torridge in Cornwall. Tables in Cornwall.
Otter. Theatre. What's theatre?
Theatre of War Harbour, Safe Harbour, Safe Theatre, Safe No.
Can we get a letter on the front of Potter E Axe and X?
Dart, Axe. No.
National Theatre, National
10 seconds.
Yes, we're not going to
Amphitheatre. Dartmouth.
checkbook.
That's it. Horrid wall. The time has frozen. Absolutely horrible wall, but you can get points for the connections anyway. So let's resolve this nasty wall. This is how it should have looked. So the first group, Frenchman's Creek, Jamaica Inn, The Birds, The Scapegoat.
Works by Daphne du Maurier.
They are, yes, you were putting Rebecca in that category every time, but no. The Scapegoat is also a Daphne du Maurier novel. And the green group, Eve, Rebecca, Bathsheba, Tamar, or Tamar.
Hardy heroine.
Thomas Hardy heroines.
They're actually not. I mean, they're simply women in the Old Testament.
Oh.
Yes, women from the Bible is all that is.
So they're rivers.
Otter, Exe, Torridge and Dart.
Well, rivers in southwest England.
Rivers in Devon.
That's right, rivers in Devon. And the last one, harbour, check, theatre, axe. No, you're not seeing it.
No.
This is that nasty old snake. Words that are spelt differently in America.
Oh.
Yes, no U in harbour, check with a CK, ER in theatre, no E in axe. Words that are different in US spelling. Nevertheless, you get 2 points for the connections that you found. Let's bring in their opponents now and give them a horrible connecting wall and see if they can sort it out into 4 connected groups of 4. You'll be getting the lion wall because the water's been taken. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay, well that's interesting, isn't it?
Atom break field line, electron.
Yep, so should we go for particles? There's not many others. Things with a charge, okay, what else? What was proxy? Proxy is how you
Proxy's
vote.
internet proxy.
Internet proxy, any of those? Grit and ash are things...
Yes.
Do you want to start pressing stuff and see if anything falls out? No?
No, you could. Which one?
A nerve ending, yeah, what, anything else has got an ending?
I think we've got the
Go on then, do
charges.
it. Yeah?
Which simple
What are the charges? Nerves of electricity.
Well, yes.
Okay, so...
Dishwasher charge, dishwasher
Dishwasher
fluid.
Dishwasher fluid, okay.
Dishwasher
Dishwater, it's not dishwasher.
Dishwater.
Dull
Dull
is
is
dishwater.
dish.
Oh gosh.
Dissecting table.
Yeah.
Grit, true grit, true
Pluck.
true proxy.
Should we try these? These are all things that you like
Nerve.
pluck, aren't they? Yeah. Things that you can. So what others
Things
are
that you
there?
can what?
So the grit and pluck and spot, they're like things that you are if you're strong.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got lots
yes,
of, so bring
yeah,
those
okay,
ones,
well
lovely. Right, so about halfway through, what can we get?
Strawberry fair.
Strawberry birthmark, strawberry.
Platinum is like.
You've got a minute left.
What's Arizona? Raising Arizona.
Raising.
Raising platinum. Platinum's a catalyst. We have a catalyst.
Ash.
Phoenix, Arizona. Things that rise
Phoenix.
from the
Rise from the
Phoenix,
ashes. Okay, go on then.
What rises from the
ash. Phoenix, not sure.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
yes.
Just keep pressing now.
Phoenix. Is there a platinum?
Okay, there's River Phoenix, but that's Phoenix isn't on here. Arizona is. Crossing and dissecting. I don't know. I'm pressing stuff randomly. Somebody come up with something.
You've got 10 seconds.
What's simple? Not complex. No.
simple particle.
No. No idea at all.
I'm afraid your time is up. But well done, you found a group. And I will give you a point if you can tell me what connects bottle, nerve, pluck, spunk.
So these are things you have if you've got a strength of character.
Well, courage certainly.
courage, yeah.
I mean, I'd say quite a moral ruling strength of character, but I'll take it. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There you go. Dishwater, ash, platinum, strawberry.
Are these shades of blonde?
They are types of blonde. The next pink group, crossing, grit, Arizona, proxy.
We'll go with the Phoenix.
Something to do with phoenixes.
It's not. Now, you mentioned the film Raising Arizona. That is the key. They are films by the Coen brothers, that's right. Miller's Crossing, True Grit, Raising Arizona, The Hudsucker Proxy. Last words of Coen brothers titles. And the last group, Atom Probe, Field Iron or Atom Probophidian, Dissecting Simple Electron.
Oh. Are these beams? Something to do with lasers?
Oh, beam.
Beams.
Simple
Nope.
beams.
I'm afraid they are microscopes. But 1 point for the group that you did find and 2 for the connections. That is a total of 3. Shall we have a look at the scores?
Yeah.
The Shutterbugs have 9 points. The Highgates have 11. So great relief for both teams as they discover that the other side also had a horrible wall. Let's see what happens in round 4, the missing vowels round. Now, tension is high because teams are not only trying to win tonight, they're trying, if they don't win, to be the highest scoring of our second-place finishers. But, of course, if you buzz in with a wrong answer in this round, I will take a point away. So gamble with care. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group are all breeds of British sheep. Highgates?
Jacob.
Correct. Shutterbugs?
Cheviot.
Correct. Highgates?
Black-faced Leicester.
Not it, I'm afraid you lose a point. Shutterbugs, do you know?
Black-faced Lancaster.
Wrong, it's blue-faced Leicester. We haven't got a CK. Next clue. Highgates?
Oh, Dorset Shorthorn.
I'm afraid that's not it. Shutterbugs, do you know?
Dorset Horn.
It's just Dorset Horn. Next category, brand names for food with holes. Shutterbugs?
Warburton's Crumpets.
Correct. Highgates?
Cheerios.
Correct. Highgates?
Oreos.
I'm afraid they don't have holes and we don't have an S. Shutterbugs, do you know?
Aero.
Is the right answer. Next clue. Highgates?
Polo fruits.
Correct. Next category, times of day. Shutterbugs?
11 o'clock.
Correct. Highgates?
25 to 5.
Correct. Highgates?
800 hours.
I'm afraid that's not it. Shutterbugs, do you know?
1800 hours.
1800 hours. The bell has gone for the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, the winners and through to the next round with 15 points are the Shutterbugs. And in second place with 11 points, it's the Highgates. Now, terrible news, Highgates. I'm afraid with a score of 11, you are not going to make our highest scoring second place finishers in this half of the draw. I think you did the right thing coming in and gambling there on round 4, but a couple of errors and a horrible wall, I'm afraid, mean we have to say goodbye. But thank you for playing. It was lovely to meet you all, and I look forward to seeing you all again in round 2. And that is the end of the show, which means, according to the findings of focus groups, that you're no longer listening to what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter what I say. It could be anything. Vaccinations are the devil's work. Praise Hitler. Always put water on a fat fire. Hello!